Everyone wants to know right now, should you start a 360 booth business? You've probably seen the hype, viral clips on Instagram and TikTok, packed events, guests screaming and laughing while the camera spins. But here's the real question. Is this just a trend, or can it actually be a profitable business for you long term? In this video, I'm going to break down the pros and cons of running a 360 booth business, share my experience, and give you my honest advice on whether it's worth starting one this year. If you're new here, I'm Charles with Photobooth CEO. I've been in the photo booth industry for over a decade and have worked with thousands of events. My journey started with nothing. Just a broke college student, then a US airman, then a burned out corporate worker, until I discovered entrepreneurship through photo booths. Now I'm on a mission to help others reach new levels by building profitable and freedom-driven businesses. I added my first 360 booth back in 2022. I spent about $5,700 for the booth itself, plus another $1,500 on a GoPro high-end computer to get it running. The reason I bought it was simple. People were asking me if I offered it. I knew demand existed, so I wasn't taking a blind risk. My first booking was a corporate event, and they added it onto their photo booth packages for $1,900. That moment proved that it wasn't just hype. It was something people were willing to pay for. Now, I'll be honest, the setup was clunky at first. Compared to photo booths with shelves, a 360 booth needs to be built on site. I needed to juggle power banks, loose cables, unreliable camera Wi-Fi connections, and apps that didn't work well with the hardware. But I paid off that photo booth in just 4 events. And that was when I realized how powerful 360 booths could be. Alright, so let's dive into the pros of adding a 360 video booth. First, the wow factor. Guests don't just enjoy the 360, they rave about it. It's an experience they want to share on social media, which adds free marketing for you. That viral feeling makes it easy to upsell at weddings, birthdays, and especially corporate events that want to impress. It's an experience. Second, premium pricing. While a traditional photo booth might bring in $700 to $1,500 per event, 360 booths have the potential to earn $800 to $3,000 per event, depending on your brand and your positioning and your market. That higher ticket price means fewer bookings can still equal strong revenue for your business. Third, return on investment. When you can pay off an entire booth in just a few events, that's hard to beat. And the faster your booth pays for itself, the faster every event becomes almost pure profit. And finally, that upsell factor. If you already offer photo booths, adding a 360 can instantly increase how much your average client spends. Instead of booking for just one service, clients start bundling, and suddenly that same lead that might have spent $1,000 is now worth $3,000 or $4,000. If you're serious about launching your photo booth business the right way, I created a free quick start guide for you. It walks you through the must-haves that every photo booth owner needs to get off the ground. Whether you're brand new or want to check if your bases are covered, this guide will help. Download it free at the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about the cons, because the 360 booth isn't for everyone. First, setup and space. Unlike a standard photo booth that can fit in almost any corner, the 360 booth needs room, space for the platform, external lighting, and for guests to spin safely. Tight venues can be a problem. Second, a lot of technology. In the beginning, I struggled with power banks, softwares that glitch, apps that had to be controlled separately from the platform itself, separate apps for sharing, and extra pieces to make it run smoothly. Even now, you have to be confident with your tech. If you're not comfortable troubleshooting on the fly, 360 setups can feel intimidating and overwhelming at an event. Third, client education. Not everyone knows what a 360 booth is or why it costs so much. You'll have to position it as something more than just something cool. You'll need to show how it elevates their event, the experience it provides, and why it justifies the price tag. And fourth, market saturation. In some areas, the 360 craze has cooled down or has completely gone flat. If everyone in your city has one and they're undercutting each other on price, you'll need a strong brand, great marketing, and high-end delivery to even possibly stand out. Otherwise, you run the risk of competing in a race to the bottom. For many areas and markets, that can be a losing battle. Alright, One thing I learned early on is that not having a contract is a disaster waiting to happen. Cancellations, no-shows, or clients changing terms. It all hurts your bottom line. To help, I put together a free Photobooth and 360 contract template so you can lock in every booking. You can grab it free, just go down in the description below. So, should you start a 360 booth business? Here's my actual, honest advice. If you already have a photo booth business, adding a 360 is a smart move if your market shows real demand. Take the time to do the research. It's an easy upsell if you could literally start booking it from day one with your existing leads and clients. But if you're brand new and looking at starting with only a 360 booth, be cautious. A 360 only business is possible, but it is harder. You'll need to study your market very carefully. Are people still asking about 360 booths in your area? Are corporate events and weddings booking them at the pricing you think is worth it? If the answer is yes, you could become the go-to provider. If not, then you risk investing in something with limited demand and may end up collecting dust. So, my gut answer is this. If you already have an established brand and a thriving photo booth business, the 360 is one of the best add-ons you can buy this year. If you're starting from scratch, make sure you're ready to put in that extra work to build awareness and create demand. One of the biggest challenges new booth owners face is not knowing how much it really costs to start a booth business. The last thing you want is to overspend on gear or waste money on things you don't need. That's why I made a full video breaking down the real startup costs of a photo booth business. Exactly what you need and what you don't. Click right here and watch this next video. It could save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration.